You know that feeling when you're about to take a nap, but your brain whispers, shouldn't you be doing something productive right now? Yeah, that's opportunity cost in action. Every single choice has a hidden price tag, even if you don't see it. When you choose one thing, you're always giving up something else. So tonight, we're gonna talk about the invisible currency of life. How opportunity cost decides your time, money, happiness, and even your Netflix queue. This video will make you rethink your daily decisions in a ASMR way as always. So grab a notebook or don't, but either way, that's a choice. What is opportunity cost? Let's define it slowly. Opportunity cost means the value of what you give up when you choose something else. Every choice has two sides, what you gain and what you lose. The cost isn't always money. Sometimes it's time, energy, fun, or sleep. For example, you decide to spend your evening studying for an exam instead of hanging out with your friends. The opportunity cost isn't the money you spent, it's the fun and the relaxation you lost by not going out. Another example, you buy a new iPhone for $1,000. That's not just 1,000 gone, it's also the concerts, food trips, or savings you could have had instead. Economists love to remind us that there's no such thing as a free lunch. Even when something seems free, it always costs you something, like time or other possibilities. Let's make it real. Example 1. The coffee dilemma. You buy a daily iced latte for $5. If you do that 5 days a week for a year, that's $1,300. The opportunity cost, a vacation, a gym membership, or an investment that could have grown your money. But let's be honest, caffeine is an investment too. Example 2. Gaming versus studying. You play Fortnite for 4 hours instead of revising for your economics test. The opportunity cost, maybe a lower grade, or maybe your sanity saved. Economists don't judge, we just measure. Example 3. Sleep versus productivity. Productivity. Choosing to stay up late grinding instead of sleeping 8 hours. The next day you're tired and can't focus. The opportunity cost, your mental clarity. Sometimes resting is the more productive choice. You see, opportunity cost is like your invisible accountant, keeping track of all your trade-offs. Let's go a little deeper. Economists sometimes measure opportunity cost using formulas. If you're choosing between two things, so some simple math. You can work 1 hour for $15 or study and improve your grade, which might help you earn more later. If studying increases your future salary by even $1,000 a year, then skipping that hour of work might actually be the smarter investment. But it's not always about money. Sometimes subjective. How much do you value peace, creativity, or memories? Economics isn't just numbers, it's psychology with receipts. Let's test your brain. You spend your weekend binge watching a TV show instead of working on a side hustle. What's the opportunity cost? Answer in 3, 2, 1. The extra money or skills you could have gained working instead. Question 2. You walk instead of taking the bus. What's the opportunity cost? Answer in 3, 2, 1. The time you lost, even though you saved money. Question 3. You choose to go to college instead of working full-time right now. What's the opportunity cost? Answer in 3, 2, 1. The salary you give up during your years of studying, but the long-term benefit might outweigh it, and that's the key. Economists always balance short-term cost versus long-term reward. You need to see it through different perspective always. Now for some trickier ones. You invest $10,000 in Project A, which gives you a 5% return, but Project B could have given 10%. What's your opportunity cost? The extra 5% you missed out on. That's $500. You're an entrepreneur with limited time. You can design your own website for 10 hours or pay someone $200 to do it. If your time is worth $40 per hour, what's the smarter move? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Your 10 hours are worth $400. So paying someone $200 saves you time to do higher value tasks. That's better efficiency. Opportunity cost teaches time is money. Literally. And now let's move on to comparative advantage. You and your best friend are studying together. You're amazing at writing essays. You can do them fast and well and get A+ in just 1 hour. Your friend, not so much. They write like a penguin walked across the keyboard. But your friend is insanely good at math, while you still get so anxious from just looking at the fractions. So you make a deal. You write the essay, they do the math homework, and both of you finish faster with better results. That right here in the heart is the heart of comparative advantage. Not who is the best at everything, but who gives up the least to do each task. And today I'm going to tell you about the idea of comparative advantage, so you will never ever forget about it, and so you will crush that exam. Let's begin with part 2. So comparative advantage is built on opportunity cost, which we just covered. But just to refresh quickly, opportunity cost equals to what you give up to do something. If you can spend 1 hour studying or watching Netflix, the opportunity cost of Netflix is the studying you didn't do. Simple, clear, you always compare. let's go through some simple examples that especially teachers love to put on tests. So you have two countries, alpha and beta. They both can produce two goods, cars or wheat. Here's the production table. In one day, alpha can make 10 cars or 20 wheat. Beta can make 6 cars or 6 wheat. Now we can calculate opportunity cost. So the alpha's opportunity cost, 1 car equals to gives up 2 wheat. And this is how I sold it. And 1 wheat gives up a half car. And this is how I sold it. Beta's opportunity cost is 1 car gives up 1 wheat. And this is how to solve it. And 1 wheat gives up 1 car. And this is how to solve it. Now we'll look for who gives up less. So opportunity cost of 1 car, alpha gives up 2 wheat. Beta gives up 1 wheat. Beta has the lower cost. So beta has a comparative advantage in cars. And then we have opportunity cost of 1 wheat. Alpha gives up a half car. And beta gives up 1 car. In this case, alpha has the lower cost. So alpha has comparative advantage in wheat. And even though alpha is better at everything, they can produce more wheat and more cars. So both countries gain from trading because comparative advantage shows focusing on what they're relatively best at. So alpha should specialize in wheat and beta should specialize in cars. And then they trade. Both ends with more total goods than if they tried to make everything on their own. And this is why no country is fully self-sufficient. Not the US, not China, not Japan. Everyone specializes, everyone trades, and everyone wins more than before. So some common exam mistakes to look for. Mistake 1, choosing who is better and not who has lower opportunity cost. Comparative advantage never cares who is stronger. Instead, you have to look at who's better at producing one good than the other person. Mistake 2, forgetting to compare costs in the same direction. You should compare car to car, wheat to wheat. Never compare 1 car for this country, how much they produce, and then compare it with the other country who produces wheat. You have to compare the same products or goods. Mistake 3, mixing up absolute and comparative advantage. Absolute is who can produce more, while comparative is who gives up less. And also remind that opportunity cost is the cost of you choosing another alternative, and in that case you can compare the comparative or compare the advantage of each outcome. And teachers will love to trap you with these. So let's lock it into your memory, a fast recap. Comparative advantage equals to lowest opportunity cost. example questions. So first, two easy questions. What is comparative advantage? Answer in 3, 2, 1. True or false? A country can have a comparative advantage even if it's worse at producing everything. Answer in 3, 2, 1. Now two medium questions. If France gives up 3 phones to produce 1 laptop, and Spain gives up 5 phones for 1 laptop, who has comparative advantage in laptops? Answer in 3, 2, 1. What is the difference between absolute and comparative advantage? Answer in 3, 2, 1. So, two hard questions. Country A produces 8 cars or 16 steel. Country B produces 4 cars or 12 steel. Who has comparative advantage in steel? Tip is to calculate the opportunity cost. Answer in 3, 2, 1. Last one. Why is comparative advantage based on opportunity cost and not absolute output? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Because specialization depends on what each country gives up, not who produces the most. Even if one country is better at everything, trade still helps if opportunity costs differ. So it's not about who can produce everything by themselves. Instead, let other countries produce whatever is the lowest opportunity cost for them, and then they trade, so it both saves time and labor. So, before you drift off, let's wrap everything up in one peaceful last minute. Tonight we talked about opportunity cost, that quiet little idea hidden behind every choice you make. It's the value of the next best thing you give up, not the thing you didn't choose, but the best thing you could have chosen instead. A tiny trade-off following you around every decision, from studying to spending to sleeping in. And then we went one step deeper. Comparative advantage. The idea that even if one person or one country is better at everything, aka you, cooperation can still make everyone richer. Not by doing what you're best at, but by doing what you sacrifice the least to produce. The lowest opportunity cost. Opportunity cost explains the choice, while comparative advantage explains the teamwork. They're like two puzzle pieces. One shows what you give up, and the other shows why working together can give you more than working alone. If you understood this, you now get one of the most important ideas wish you good luck for your economics test or economics lesson. Whatever reason you decided to watch this video, sleep well, and I'll see you in the next video.